Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zandur here, and today I'm going to be talking about speed questing and how to do it, and tips for low-level speed questing in like the early game and early worlds. And today I have a guest on.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Sword here. And, yeah, basically what Xander said. Alright, so the first tip that I kind of have is have a lot of max level friends. Just make a lot of friends, whether it be in real life or through the game. There are a lot of people willing to help out. There are a lot of Discord servers that have like a team up area that you can access. And another little bonus tip that I've learned throughout the years is that being a girl is actually really helpful, in terms of getting people to help you and team up. It's a serious point, it's not a joke. The player base is majority male, so you can easily get some help that way. Just saying.
Yeah, definitely. But I think the second thing is don't waste your time farming. There should really only be three places you farm in the game because you don't need perfect stats in every level, especially with the new update. Because every every world except Crocotopia and Wizard City, I believe, got all of their mobs and bosses nerfed. So the game got a lot easier. So yeah, just farm Mount Olympus, Waterworks, and Darkhorn. That's it. Another thing is a lot of the times if you're struggling to get that last piece of gear, just stop farming right there because I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but in my experience, every time that I farm something like Mount Olympus, I'll get two pieces of Zeus gear, like two unique pieces, and then I'll get a bunch of repeats. So I'll get like if I get the Zeus hat and robe, I'll get a bunch more Zeus hat and robe, but never the boots until like 50 runs later. So if you just need to, it's like with gambling, you need to know just when to stop. And so being able to distinguish that is definitely a good trait to have.
Alright, so the next point is to get a pet with a blade and an AoE. Um, or just a blade if you're one of the schools that has access to an AoE early game. Blade stacking is very important. It grows your damage output exponentially, and since you don't have access to the best gear early game, that kind of makes up for it. And the thing with pet AoEs also is that you can't fizzle them, which is really helpful too. So definitely investing in a good pet. Just like going for a pet with good item cards is worth it in the long run. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, the Kookaburros is a really good one for that. Um, the next thing is use teleporters. They added teleporters to Wizard City and Crocotopia, I believe, did they?
Yeah, or I'm not sure actually.
Well, and in almost every world in almost every area, there's teleporters around, and if you look on the map, you can see teleporters and where they're located at and where they'll take you to. And so using them saves you a lot of time of just running around back and forth. And using the comments button is also another good thing to get back to that area really quick.
Yeah. So the next point is going to be to use monstrous enchanted spells. Now, monstrous is actually a treasure card that you have to be in Celestia, I believe, to have access to it. It's sold by the Archivist, but you can teleport and buy it at any level. And basically, you can enchant any hit and have it do 175 more damage, which is incredibly helpful, especially in Wizard City and Croc, where the mobs have low health to begin with. Enchanting them can help take them out. It's definitely a good investment. So yeah, get a friend to teleport you there. They're also sold in the Arcanum, and yeah, definitely something to keep in mind.
So as sort of was saying earlier, if you have two people questing at the same time, shit goes by a lot faster. And another thing to help that is the mass faint helmet. In the crown shop, you can get the Professor's Horde pack, and you're guaranteed in that pack two pieces of gear, I believe. So that means that you have a pretty decent chance, at least better than other packs, of getting the Dworgen hat, which gives you the mass faint item card. And if you don't know, Faint is a trap that has 75% with the item card variant, and it'll do it on every enemy. So it gives you a huge damage boost. And the hat starts giving Mass Faint at level 20.
Yeah, so kind of expanding upon that, training up Feint. is really good. I think you learned Feint at level 28. Let's see. Definitely spend all your training points that I already have it trained, but definitely spend all the training points that you can to get Feint. And once you get to level 50, there's an amulet that also gives you Feint. And you know how I was saying blades grow exponentially? Well, it's the same thing with feints. In later worlds, when bosses have a lot of health, feint stacking is by far the easiest way to kill them. So definitely invest in feint. Spend your training points that way, and yeah, that's it.
There's also TC feint, which you might be able to get in the bazaar, but they're not too common. But if you have EMPs, they are really common to get from Harvest. The next thing is a two-person mount. So if you don't know what a two-person mount is, it's a mount that can hold two-person with one of them controlling where it is, and a lot of people actually don't know how to use them. So I'll show you real quick. So basically, you have to have you whoever has the mount put it on, obviously, and then you add them to a group. And once they join the group, they have to take off their mount and then just come over and then click X, and then they can literally just walk on it. So just like that, you can walk with them, and if you're questing at the same time, you can just walk to the person and then click X, and it'll you guys can both grab the quest and then just move to wherever you need to go, like whatever battle you need to go into. You can just go over there and you'll be together. This also helps if a max level is questing with you, because they don't know like exactly who you need to talk to or where exactly the enemies are. So if they just sit on the mount with you, they'll go in the battle right when you do, and this solves the problem of being late to the battle.
Yeah, for sure. And then the one of the most important points is not doing any side quests. Well, not any, but don't do any of the non-major side quests. Now, it sounds like a counterintuitive point, but if you think about it this way, if I do a side quest in Wizard City and it gets me 230 XP, imagine how minuscule that's going to be when I get to Chrysalis and a main quest is like 50,000 XP. Like, that's just wasted time. And honestly, the game isn't that difficult, you know. If you follow all of the above tips, you shouldn't have that much of a problem. So, I mean, even though you might feel underleveled, I think it's worth it to just stick to the main quests.
Yeah, as long as you're the minimum required level for each world, you'll be perfectly fine. And the only side quests you really should be doing are things like Z quests that are easy training points, spell quests, stuff like that. And then like later into the game, you'll get like star school quests to unlock things like potent trap, bubbles, stuff like that. So those are things to keep in mind. Not every side quest is bad, but most of them are futile, because you will get max level without having to do a single side quest. Eventually, you don't even have to complete the game. You can get max level in Imperia part at like the end of part 1, beginning of part 2. And like Sword said with XP, he's right. When you get into those later worlds and you need like a million to level up, that like maybe 5,000 XP you got in total in Wizard City with doing all the side quests gets flattened out. Like it literally means absolutely nothing. So there's that. And to kind of expand on the side quest thing, side worlds in itself are just a giant side quest. And I know people say a lot of the time that Winter Tusk is really good because it gives you a lot of XP, which is true. But like I said before, you don't need that XP. And also, to get into Winter Tusk, you have to do Grizzleheim. And Grizzleheim is terrible, honestly. It gives 0 XP. Even for level 20, it gives no XP. And then you have to come back at level 40 just to do Ravenscar. That doesn't give much XP either. Just for finally, after Dragonspire, you can come do Winter Tusk. And Winter Tusk is semi-difficult. That mobs can crit on you. And that's dangerous. And restarting a fight is going to cost you some time. So that world is just not worth it. Wisteria is honestly a really cool world. And it has like some things like Tower of the Elephant. But honestly, you don't need that gear. But so both of those worlds are honestly just a big waste of time, and you should just be focusing towards the main objective, and that isn't to complete the game. That is to get to level 130 as fast as possible, and if you want to do that, that's what's going to help you. because those worlds in themselves are like 5 6 hours on average just to complete all of them, and that's like you could knock out one main world in the later game if you just spend that much time on that instead of towards something else that's useless.
Yeah, for sure, and especially with like the lowering of mob health. I mean, it's really now just really not worth it. You know, Celestia. I was there yesterday, and the mobs have like, I don't know, 700 to 1200 health. Like any, like a double bladed AOE can take anything out. It's really just a big waste of time at this point.
Yeah, honestly, like you'll be fine with hitting as long as you just blade stack against minions and then blade plus feint stack against boss, and you'll be able to take out any boss because in the lower worlds, bosses don't cheat at all. And I think the first major cheats in like maybe Celestia and like the final dungeons, but those aren't even too bad. So you don't really need to worry about that.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. Leave a like. If you're subscribed to me and not to Xander, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not subscribed to either of us, I really don't know what you're doing. Drop a comment if if we forgot anything, or if you just want to tell us something. And yeah, have a good day.
All right, so you guys can check out Sword, and if you guys wanted to see more stuff like this, and if you really don't understand speed questing and want to get more of a feel for it, Sword is actually doing a stream right now on Twitch where he is taking a wizard and going from Wizard City all the way to level 100, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Level
yeah,
100.
yeah. Level 100.
And so he's speedrunning that, and he has really good times so far. And this is, keep in mind, before the health nerf, and he's just been using the tips that we're telling you right now. And I bet he's questing a lot faster than most people would. So
Yeah.
there's that. And then also he has a YouTube channel, and you can go check that out, and his stream, and he has a Discord, and I'll link them all in the description for you to check out. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.